Yes, it's true. All prospects lie all the time. In this video, I'm going to talk about two things that prospects lie about pretty much all the time and what you can actually do about it. Stay tuned. What's happening, Sales Ascender? Sean here, back at you with another high-ticket tune-up. Hope you're doing really well today. Excited to be here with you, and I have a wonderful topic I want to talk about: lying. All prospects lie all the time, right? You heard it first on that screen. You saw it. In fact, I'll add it again. All prospects lie all the time. Well, what does this mean, Sean? Well, great question, right? The question actually came in from Chris. Chris asked this. He said, Sean, yesterday I spoke with a prospect who said he could make the decision to invest. Today, I found out there's more people in the equation. Is this normal? Yes, the answer is yes. All prospects lie all the time. So what do we do about it, right? So during the sales conversation, as we're having a conversation with a prospect, it's our job as a sales professional to pull out a couple of pieces of information in order to close the deal effectively. First thing is we need to clearly connect with the person and make sure we can have a good conversation. In our selling system that we teach, it's a 7-step system that you use in every single sales call. The second step is to set the agenda for the call. We call it the rules of the game. And then the three things that we need to grab out of any single sales call are: do they have a problem that we solve? Can they afford our service to fix that problem for them? And who besides themselves is involved in making a decision? And so when we know those three things out of any particular sales call, we can actually close the deal. And so the two biggest lies that come out of the whole thing are so prospects will consistently lie about money and power. What does this mean? Well, in the case of what Chris just asked, here's the power equation, right? Sean, yesterday I spoke with a prospect who said he could make the decision to invest. There's the power. Right? So when we talk about money and power, he said, oh yeah, I could make this decision, no problem. I could spend $10 million if I want to today. Perfect. That's great. Well, as we continue throughout that conversation, we're going to get to the end, and then this happens just like what happened to Chris. So when I'm in this situation, what I typically do is I'll take somebody through those different steps of our selling system, and I get to kind of after I've understood that they have a problem I can solve, I know that they can afford it, and I know who's involved in the decision process. Typically, I would smoke this out during the regular part of my conversation, but if I didn't, and they said, yeah, no problem, I'm the guy that's going to make the decision, here's how you get back to where you need to be during the conversation. So after you've got all that stuff and you get to the last piece, the secret is this: recap what you heard. Here's what I mean. They say, Sean, I can make all the decisions. Yes, we're going to have budget to afford this because we're canceling with this other competitor to go with you. This should be a no-brainer. Everything's set. Perfect. And yes, they have the problem that I solved. So when I hear those things, I say, great. Well, listen, this is what I heard today. You have this problem. You've been struggling with it for a while. This is the things you've tried. It hasn't worked out for you. You mentioned that since you're canceling with this competitor, that's where the funding is going to be able to come from to be able to afford this new service that we know is both going to fix your problem. And lastly, you're the person that can actually write the check if you needed to. Is that a fair statement? Is that correct? And then they're going to say yes. And you say, so if it's up to you right now, is this something you can do? And if they say yes, you say, great. Well, how do we start? Oh, well, hold on. I'll get back to you tomorrow. That's the hook. And then they're going to be like, and then you say, are you sure you're the one who can actually just approve this? Or how does that work? And they're going to say something like, well, I have to get so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And now you've smoked out what Chris asked. He said the prospect who said he could make the decision today found out there's more people. This is your job as a sales pro to pull this stuff out sooner than later. And that's it. It's very simple, right? So the second one is money and power. We just went over the power example. Let's talk about the money example, right? People say, I have an unlimited budget. I love those ones because I'm like, what does an unlimited budget actually mean to you? Like, you could stroke a check for $1 million today. Oh, I couldn't do that. Okay, so money isn't unlimited, right? And then I would joke about that and I'd get back to the place, and then they would say something like, well, if it's a corporate sale, hey, I can sign up to X amount. If it's if it's something where it's like you're selling to a solopreneur or a 2-person facility, then in that case, the money equation, yeah, I can make this investment. Okay, well, that's great. Just so that I'm clear, where would that money actually flow from and come from? And that digs into the next part of the conversation, which people are typically fragile about. But at the end of the day, that's where we need to go. We need to get clarity as a sales professional, again, on where is the money going to be flowing from that will allow us to fix the problem. Because if they can't afford it, like, we don't want to do business with them, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. And so with that said, that is today's high ticket tune-up. Again, if somebody says they can afford anything, money's unlimited, make sure and recap that at the end of your call and smoke out that if it's a real thing or not. If it's real, then it's real, right? But ask more questions. Don't just assume what they said is real, because all prospects lie all the time. You saw it first, you saw it again, you saw it here. You've just been tuned up. There's a sales ascender inside each and every one of you. Make sure and share this to somebody who needs it. And please subscribe to the channel so we can feed the algorithm gods and get this information out to more people. Grateful that you're here, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day.